It looks like today, this morning, is the day that I should have gone to Hit's House Cafe and Eatery. Skies are much more clear, a lot more blue, so I don't think I'm going to get rained on quite as much, if at all. But I thought I would hop on the scooter and head out to a different coffee shop. On the same road where Hit's House Cafe and Eatery is located, there's another coffee shop that it's been there forever. It's a very well-known place, and I've ridden by it. It feels like a million times, but for whatever reason, I've never actually popped in to get a drink or a coffee of any kind. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. This coffee shop is about 18 kilometers away, which, to be honest, is a bit far to go for your morning coffee. But when I looked out the window this morning and I saw that the sun was out, I was just in the mood. Hop on the scooter, go for a little ride. And I'm rolling the dice a little bit because it's only 9 o'clock in the morning right now. So who knows whether this place is open, but according to their Google Maps listing, they open at 7 in the morning. So we'll see. If they're not open, I can go somewhere else. All right, I've arrived. I'm here. I got here a lot faster than I expected. I guess I really hit the throttle on the scooter, roaring here. Sun is still out, nice blue sky. And it looks like there's a lot more here than I realized. There is the coffee shop. It's right in front of me. LaOr Cafe. But apparently there's also a garden back in the behind that fence. There's even a ticket booth there. So I guess you pay a fee to go back to the garden, and you can also have coffee. So, and yeah, they have a really nice entrance here. And I stopped here once before, not to have coffee, but just to take a bit of video of the grounds, because I thought the entrance was kind of nice. They've got all these flower beds up on tree stumps, and they have like a watering system built into them. It's quite nice, very lush. So I guess the overall name of the place is right here, LaOr Garden. Let's walk around the outside a little bit. I think I'm going to go in and get coffee first, and then afterwards I'll check out the garden. But here's the front of this place, kind of hard to miss with this big sign and the big coffee cup. Yeah, I don't know what this is. LaOr Shop. Maybe they sell plants and things like that. Kind of a nursery. Looks to be largely abandoned. So I'm not sure what's going on in here. Yeah, it's empty. Whatever it used to be, it's not that anymore. Yeah, very beautiful place. Wonder if I can get to that bridge and walk across the bridge to the coffee shop. There's kind of a sidewalk over here on the other side of the shop, and that gets me to the bridge. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's actually it's actually nicer than I remember. Yeah, beautiful spot. I like the look of the inside as well from here. As I said, I didn't realize there was a garden in the back. In addition to the coffee shop, I thought it was just the coffee shop. And are they open? I think so. I don't see any people inside, but the lights are on. Another little walkway over here. Oh yeah, I'm sure this was all designed as a selfie station. People can walk out here to the end of the walkway and have their picture taken against all this greenery, or they can have the fountain in the background. In and out, but I don't know when the garden will be open. Looks like it's closed right now. Let's see what the signs have to say. Okay, you can have your wedding there for 3,000. 100 baht for adults. See what it says here. Oh, it looks like they even have accommodation in there. Like this is a sign for some kind of a hotel. 700 baht per night, it looks like. Glass house. Huh. $36.2. Uh-oh. I said uh-oh because it's not air conditioned. Ooh, it's hot in here. That could be a deal breaker for this place. But if it were air conditioned, this interior would be, yeah, it looks like a nice place to sit. I like this long counter. And some chairs, some like sofas over here. And then individual tables all along there. And there's the service area, but I don't know. It's not looking too open as yet. I guess this is where they would have all of their cakes and desserts, but they haven't put anything out yet. Oh, yeah, and they have a food menu. And a drinks menu. And of course, fish food. So I just put in an order. I ordered a Thai milk tea this time, iced Thai milk tea instead of a coffee. If I'm here long enough, I'll order a coffee as well after my tea. Just wanted to try something different. I had one of these Thai milk teas a while back, and that was really, really good. It's a nice alternative to coffee sometimes. And I was just talking to the guy making the drinks, and he says the garden is closed. It's a seasonal thing, and he says it's going to be open it's only open in the winter time. So he says it would open in December. So I guess it's closed for the next, 3 or 4 months. So yeah, just still inside here. Getting comfortable, trying to decide where to sit. But yeah, really nice interior. I can see one issue in the morning though. I think I noticed this when I came by, because I've ridden down this highway so many times. I've passed this place. I've always noticed this big glass wall, and then all the main seating area, is right here. And in the morning, as you can see, the sun comes pouring in through here, and gets quite hot. So in the morning, this may not be the most comfortable place to sit. Luckily, you've got some choices. This is, you can just pull a chair back out of the sun, or sit up here on the counter. This place is getting a lot of high marks from me so far. They've turned on the air conditioning since I've come in, so I can feel the temperature dropping slowly. So I anticipate being nice and comfortable here. And me with my brain, I'm so focused on little details. And in a lot of these places where they have a counter like this with stools, like bar stools kind of seating, they're really hit and miss for me. They look amazing, some of them, and then they're really uncomfortable, like you can't actually sit in them. But these ones here, there's one of the stools here, for whatever reason, maybe it's just me, but that design fits my body perfectly. So I'm so comfortable sitting here. It's just, yeah, this is nice. I like this place a lot. With all these windows, beautiful view of the fountains and the pond. Sun rising above the hills over there. And I have my Thai milk tea right there. As I said, I've learned to love these recently. They weren't really on my regular diet for a long time, but since I discovered them, I really enjoy them. And I love the orange color, the orange coloring of it. It's really nice. That's nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's got a light flavor. Very creamy and milky because it's a milk tea, which is what I like. The other day, I went to another cafe just up the road called Hits Cafe and Eatery. And as I was planning my trip to that place, I saw on their menu they had something called a lungo. And the lungo looked really good on the menu, like the picture of it. I like a creamy, milky kind of coffee or drink, and I thought this one would be. It was like, I ordered the lungo lemon, but I had no idea what a lungo was. But I did some research last night, and it turns out that a lungo is essentially coffee. Lungo is Italian for long, and basically what it is an espresso, but they put twice as much water through the espresso machine as they would for a normal espresso. So it's espresso coffee, but larger in volume, and I guess that changes the flavor of it. So what they did for this lemon lungo is make a long espresso and then add lemon, and that's basically all it was. And there was no sweetener added, no cream, no milk, nothing like that. And for me, it was a little bit underwhelming. Not a big fan of the lungo, the lemon lungo, because I like cream in my coffee. Takes away the bitterness, I guess. But yeah, this is kind of the drink I like. Very, very creamy. I have some kind of a bug bothering me. Yeah, really disappointing though that the garden is not open right now. But, well, that's one of my superpowers. Everywhere I go, things tend to be closed. It's just what happens. Yeah, I'm a bit puzzled by that. If you have a garden, why wouldn't it be open year-round? But I guess it's probably a question of how many visitors they get, and maybe during the summer season, the hot season, and then the rainy season, they just don't get enough visitors to make it worthwhile paying for the staff, you know, for the upkeep of the garden. I mean, that's the only reason I can think of. And then in the cool winter season, that's when more people would want to go walking around a garden, and they would have enough visitors to make it, you know, economically viable to pay the staff. Because it would be a lot of work maintaining it, I'm sure. Because yeah, other than that, I mean, why not keep it open year round? But I guess they just don't get enough customers. So good. That is really good. And while I'm here, I brought along my video editing smartphone, and I think I'm just going to enjoy my drink and work on a video for a little while. All right, I finished my Thai milk tea. Really good. I enjoyed that a lot. And I've been hanging out here at the LaOr Cafe for quite a while now. And the longer I stay here, the more I like it. This place is really growing on me. I am just everything about the place, the environment is so nice. It's just comfortable, the high ceilings, very nice views, everything around me. And they've taken care of a lot of the details. The Wi-Fi works fine. They've got 2.4G and then 5G Wi-Fi connection that works fine. And I'm sitting here, you know, at this long counter, and I noticed that spread out all along the counter, they have electrical outlets and USB plugs, chargers, one there, oh, another one over there. So 3 on this side, and then I assume 3 on the other side. And there's another counter over there you can see against the window. And there's electrical outlets and USB chargers over there as well. So yeah, that's really nice. And they turned on a little bit of music, but it's like sort of quiet piano music in the background. I really like that. Sort of gives it a pleasant cafe feeling, but it's not obtrusive. So I like that as well. In this area here, seems really comfortable. And they've got a lot of you know, extra chairs, I guess you could pull out for more people. That would be a nice place to sit. Well, why don't we sit there right now and see what the view is like from here. Look at that. Music is playing from this Marshall right there. And there's the interior of this coffee shop. And there's the view right from this chair. So this would be the place to sit right here. But that's assuming the sun is more directly overhead or more in the afternoon. The sun would be on the other side. Early morning, it would be a bit hot to sit here, but any other time of day, okay. This is my new chair. Yeah, and as I've been sitting here, I've been looking more and more at that line of hills over there. And what I'm thinking of doing is ending this coffee shop trip with a scooter ride. I'm going to take my scooter down some countryside roads, try and get towards the base of those hills, and then ride back to Mae Sot alongside those hills, and then cut back into the city. So I'm going to go for a little bit of a scooter ride on my way back into town. Just explore a little bit of that countryside over there. So yeah, on this side of the counter, they have electrical outlets and USB chargers over here as well. I don't have anything with me right now, so I can't actually test them, but I assume they work. As I said, this is the other, oh yeah, counter over here, really nice. 2 electrical outlets, and then over here, another corner area. And I guess this is the quiet zone. So for a quiet chat, you can come over here. Yeah, really nice. I like this place a lot. And when I first arrived, they hadn't put their cakes out yet, but now you can see they have sort of a chocolatey cheesecake there, red velvet, and some kind of an orange cake. So that's what they have today. I imagine they have different pastries and cakes on different days. So there's a last look at the LaOr Cafe, heading out onto the highway. And as I said, my plan now is to kind of work my way towards those hills that you can see, and then ride along the edge of those hills back to Mae Sot. And to do that, I have to find a small country road up here on the right. And that will be my starting point. Well, I found my countryside road, I think. It's back behind me a little bit, so I've got to do a U-turn, get across to the other side. And then I can get off this highway, which would be nice. Okay, I think this is my road here, starting point. It's got a nice gate over top of it. And at the beginning anyway, it looks to be paved. So that's good. And this is heading towards the Mae Usa Cave and Mae Kasa Hot Spring. It's a place that I visited a long time ago. The little detour is humming along quite nicely. As you can see, I'm heading directly towards this row of hills ahead of me. And from there, I think I'm going to go north for a little while, just to explore the countryside, and then turn around and head all the way south back to Mae Sot. Wow, beautiful countryside. Look at that. Again, as always, I keep saying it, I don't know whether it comes across on the GoPro, because I think you see a lot more with your eyes than you do with a wide-angle camera like that. But it's a gorgeous setting over in that direction, all the farming country. And if you wanted to go into the interior of Thailand, toward Tak City or towards Bangkok or anywhere you want to go, you've got to get over these hills first. And there's very few roads that go over these hills. Down in this part, in this region, there's only one, in fact, the one that goes to Tak. I think that's the only highway that cuts through these hills. The only other way to go would be to go far to the north to get all the way around them. Getting closer to the base of the hills. And up here, I should be linking up with another road, as I said, where I can turn to the north or to the south. Oh, here it is right here. Snuck up on me. So if I turn right, that takes me back to Mae Sot, and left, I'm just going to go this way, just for the fun of it, just to see some of the scenery. I've never been up here on this road before that I can remember. Look at that. Gorgeous scenery. Yeah, interesting little village down there. Actually, I wonder if that's Mae Sot. Probably is. I don't know of any other town or village of that size up here. The other day when I went to the Hits House Cafe and Eatery, I was talking about the procedure for rice planting and how they initially plant all the rice seedlings in a very condensed field, like right here. This is an example of what I was talking about. That's all rice there, but it's not going to grow there. They actually just start the seedlings here, and then once they get to a certain height, then they pull them all up and replant them. And when they replant them, they spread them out over a much, much wider area. But this is how the rice begins its life in a condensed plot like that. I feel like I'm playing a little bit of a game of chance with the weather by heading to the north like this. Feels like if I push it too far, it's going to start raining on me and I won't be able to stay dry before getting back to Mae Sot. So, whoa, there's something interesting going on off to my right. Let's do a quick U-turn. And another U-turn to turn the camera around. I just saw all these men down here in the river fishing. And they've got special nets. About 11 men down there all fishing together. Again, gorgeous scenery. Look at that. This whole farming area. And this is the time of year to really appreciate it, just because everything is so green and so lush because of all the rain. And over here is another good example of the rice seedlings being grown. Brilliant green. Almost a lime green, you know, a neon green. Really nice. All right, I've reached a decision-making point. And I think at this point, it makes more sense. I could keep going to the north, but there is a much smaller countryside road right here, which I think I can start my southern journey down this road. And this will take me to the Mae Sot hot spring through some real farming countryside, I think. And I'm not sure what condition the road will be in. If it starts to get too rough or muddy, I'll turn around. But let's see if I can follow this road. And this should take me a little bit even more along the edge of the hills, I think. And it looks like it's going to get a bit rougher. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected for this road. Not quite as nicely paved, but if it stays like this, I should be okay. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a mixture. Pavement to unpaved and then go back and forth between them. All right, so yeah. It's worth taking the risk. Wow, he says again, just taking in the scenery. There's something, I guess, for someone like me from Canada, I'm endlessly fascinated by rice, probably because we can't grow rice in Canada. And it's such an unusual crop from a Canadian point of view, the way it is grown, the way it is farmed, harvested, everything. This shows the difference between the field on the right. This is the seedlings where they're all being grown together, like very concentrated, and all those fields on the left, they've been replanted. So where they've been replanted, that's where they'll grow to maturity, and eventually they'll harvest it from, you know, these fields over here. And these are the ones, you know, where the seedlings are being grown first. Yeah, you need a lot of water to grow rice, that's for sure. So you can see, yeah, water pump there, pumping water into this field. But certainly for this area around Mae Sot, there's no shortage of water, that is for sure. I think I recognize these hills off to the left. Because those are, the town of Mae Sot is right at the base of these mountains. They're quite high right here, very steep cliffs. And right up there is the entrance to the Mae Sot cave is up there. And I made the climb up there a long time ago to go look at, just to find the cave. But I found it up at the very, very top. The cave is in a saddle between these peaks. But it's not a cave that you can go into. It's not a tourist cave. You'd have to go up there with your own, you know, your own lights and ropes and all your own equipment, I think. Gorgeous road. I remember I rode a little bit on this road at the beginning out of Mae Sot a long time ago. But at that time, I think it was very rough and gravelly. But that must have been just the section near the town. It was kind of, yeah, kind of like this. And I thought it would stay like this the whole way. But it looks like, yeah, it's very patchy. Well, we've arrived at the Mae Sot Hot Springs, and I didn't plan to come visit this place. I came here one day with my cameras and shot a lot of video here. But since I'm here, passing by, I think I'll just hop off the scooter just for a minute or two, capture a little bit of video, and then continue on. Not going to spend a lot of time here, but since I'm here, yeah, let's just go for a little walk. Here we are. And the hot springs themselves are behind me, just down in there. And the big thing you do there is you can actually go into like hot spring tubs, and then you can buy eggs and boil them in the hot springs and then eat them. Duck eggs and pigeon eggs and I assume chicken eggs. And then over here there's a pond with a yeah, interesting wooden bridge that goes across to a shrine. And up there is where I went hiking last time. That's where the cave is. It's either up here in this saddle or probably over here in that saddle over there. So you have to, there's a trail that starts on the other side of this bridge, and then you hike up to the cave. But look at that cliff. Amazing. This bridge is a lot of fun. You have to be a little bit careful of your footing. You know, it's like a classic Hollywood bridge where you think one of the boards is going to snap at any point. Look at the size. The gaps seem to be getting bigger When I was here last time, I don't remember such large gaps. Look how wide that is. Yeah, I don't know if I trust, I mean, all these gaps means that whatever planks were there, you know, whatever pieces of wood were in that gap, they broke, right? They snapped in half and fell. So if some of them fell, if some of them broke, what's to say that the ones that remain can't also break? Anyway, I'm holding on to the cable as I go. Probably won't help me very much, but just in case one of the boards breaks, I'm holding on to something. There we are. We almost made it across. We're here. And here's the shrine. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. But there's another quite interesting shrine on the other side. Yeah, just over there. You just put up, oh, I think some of this is new. I don't remember these large statues at the very bottom from when I was here before. Maybe they were here, but I don't think so. And over here is the trail that leads up to the cave. And I won't be going up there today. But there's the map that leads up to the cave. And as I said, you wouldn't be able to go into this cave without your own, you know, without knowing what you're doing. It's not a tourist cave where you get a guide and it's all lit up inside or anything like that. You'd have to have your own safety, survival gear and good lights and everything like that. As I said, I didn't really stop here to do a lot of exploring. I've been all over this area before. I just thought since I'm passing, I might as well hop off the scooter and take a look around for a minute. Okay, let's take a quick look at the hot spring itself, and then that'll be the end of this morning's small adventures, I think. It looks like it makes a big difference what time of year you visit and what day of the week, because on my other visits it was been very busy here, and this whole area at the front was active. Like here you could buy all kinds of food and snacks, drinks and ice cream, and this is where you could also buy eggs to cook. All the eggs are like pre-packaged in a little basket, and then you take them down to the hot springs and cook them down there. You could probably still buy eggs somewhere around here, but maybe somewhere further in. Okay, quick look at the hot spring. Yeah, I'm actually kind of hungry, so I was thinking that if they had eggs here ready to go, I might pick some up and boil them, maybe have something to eat here. But my superpower is operational today. Everywhere I go, it's closed. It's just the way things are in my life. But yeah, here we are. Main grounds of the hot spring. I remember sitting with a bunch of other people along this trough, because this water is coming straight out of the hot spring. And one of the things you do here is to, soak your feet in the hot water. But I couldn't do it. It's way too hot. It was burning hot. So I couldn't put my feet in that water. Certainly not for very long. Whew. Some bugs here. And then this water gets channeled into some other pools. I think there used to be like a swimming pool here or hot spring pool. But the main attraction is right over here. This is where the water comes out of the ground. And I guess this is where the water is the hottest. And this is where you would boil your eggs. Right here. Whoa, yikes. Yeah, be careful. This is slippery. I nearly went for a tumble. Yeah, this is where you boil your eggs. They give them to you on a, like I said, in a basket on a stick, and you prop up your stick here and put your eggs in the water. And though I found no matter how long I boiled them, they never really cooked all the way through. I'm not a big fan of really gooey soft-boiled eggs. I like them hard-boiled. And yeah, the water never was hot enough to really hard-boil them. I even put them back in the water a couple of times to cook them even longer. And yeah, they never really got like hard-boiled. They're always really soft and gushy. But, you know, it's a fun thing to do. Just leaving from the Mae Sot hot spring, and from here I think there's another small road that cuts through the countryside that I haven't been on before. I've been out here quite a few times, but I've always taken this road here that you can see right in front of me. And yeah, I might look for this other road that hugs the hillsides a little bit tighter, a bit more of a countryside road, see if I can find it. Here's a small road. A little bit of a map check, see if this might be the one I'm looking for. I assume it is. Came up on a nice viewpoint here. As always, looking across the river into Myanmar. All those high hills over there are in Myanmar. There seems to be a surprising amount of tourism in this area. I've seen a couple of nice looking restaurants, I think. And then right here, look at this. There are some mobile homes, you know, that you pull behind a car or a truck. Very popular in Canada. I don't see them often here. But it looks like somebody set up a bunch of them here, probably as kind of as bungalows or hotel rooms, you know. But they're all closed right now. And I think there are some really nice temples in this area. I just spotted some kind of a large building up there on the hill. Chances are this is a temple of some kind. And this is the sign for this place. There's a QR code there to track it down on Facebook. I don't know what it is. Just for fun, let's ride up there and take a look. I mean, it has to be a temple, right? But who knows? Could be something else. At least just coming up here, you get a nice view. Look at that. My GoPro is bouncing around. Look at that scenery. That is gorgeous. Yeah, it looks like some kind of a temple. Let's, since we're here, park the scooter, go for a quick walk. I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but hey, let's take a quick look. If it were just an ordinary temple, I don't know that I would stop here, but it looks quite unusual. Very unusual architecture and design. So we've got some English here. The Buddha Devasthan Sarnath Mae Sot. And there's a map of the area. Number 1 is the front shrine. 2 is the main Buddha temple. 3 is the Narita Ganapati shrine. 4 is the Ganesha temple. 5, Linga and Yoni shrine, and 6 is the Trimurti temple. So, no incense and candle burning inside. No practice of meditation. I wonder why that would be. No phone call, no hats, no shoes, no food and drink. But I think that would all be on the inside of the temples. I think you can keep your shoes on here on the outside because you're just walking around on jagged stone. Though here, I think this looks like a spot where, yeah, you would take off your shoes normally. So that's what I will do. But you can see what I said about it being a kind of an unusual place. From a distance, you'd almost think this was a Christian church, just with the shape of the building and the style. But of course it isn't. It's a Buddhist temple. Again, quite interesting because you see a lot of Hindu influence there. Of course, Ganesha, Hindu god. I've never quite understood, to be honest, how that works, where you can have a Buddhist temple and yet people are also making offerings to gods like, Ganesha. Never quite understood how something like Ganesha or the other Hindu gods would fit into Buddhist mythology, but that's what's happened in this part of the world anyway. And this also, I mean, if I just saw a photograph of this, I would have said I'm at a Hindu temple, not at a Buddhist temple. Wow, it's a beautiful spot. I'm really glad I took this road, and I'm glad I stopped here. And to be honest, I was expecting all the doors to be closed, because quite often when I visit these temples, I haven't been able to go inside because the doors are closed. But here, all the doors are open, so. Beautiful location too, right on the edge of these hills. Very lush and green. So let's take a look inside. Again, a very unusual feeling inside here. Even the air has a quality to it, like it's been, I can smell something in the air, a fragrance that you don't usually come across. I'm not sure what it is. And for some reason at these temples, they don't want you meditating inside nor burning incense, which is interesting. But I assume you can burn incense outside, because here there's a, what are these called? Something I remember looking up before, the name of these pots and containers, these urns that are designed for incense. There's a name for them, but I forget what it is. Yeah, and to my surprise, the door is open, and there's a sign there that says no shorts, and I'm actually wearing shorts today, so I will stay out here. But you can see the whole interior from the door. And one more building over here. And the door is open, so let's take a quick look inside. But yeah, look at the setting. Gorgeous. And here's the inside. This is the Ganesha Hall. Very nice. And not to bring bad luck on myself, but check out the weather. I was worried about rain today as well, but doesn't look like any rain is going to hit at all. I'm being blessed with sunny weather today. All right, back on the scooter. Leaving the countryside road and back on the main highway that heads back into Mae Sot. And that is it for this morning's small adventures. I'm back at the Panu house where I'm staying here in Mae Sot. Scooter parked out front. The last little section of highway is, you know, kind of a busy highway, and I've ridden up and down it many times, so there was no point recording any of that. I just hit the throttle and gunned it all the way back here to Mae Sot, just in time for lunch, and I'm going to have lunch now. Yeah, it was a bit of a longer trip this morning than I anticipated. I was just going to zip out, grab a cup of coffee, and zip back again, but I was inspired to go for a little bit of a ride through the countryside. I'm glad I did. Yeah, I enjoyed that quite a bit. I hope you did as well. Enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video here on Planet Doug.